Something that they always teach you in school is that the more prepared you are, the more successful you will be. Think about it. All you have to do is follow the study guide and take a couple practice exams, and you will do well on the real exam. And all of the problem-solving methods that they teach you are plan-based. In order to solve a physics problem, you gotta draw that FBD, write out the balance principles, write down some kinematics equations, and you're good, you solve the problem. Then, to write a body paragraph for English class, they give you an entire format for it. You gotta start out with that topic sentence, then have a transition into the evidence, then have some analysis for that evidence, and then finish it off with a concluding sentence. The whole idea is that as long as you memorize and follow the plan that they set out for you, you will succeed, you'll get a good grade. And this preparation-heavy plan-based system works for all the meaningless shit you do in high school. But by putting so much emphasis on preparation and sticking to the plan, school fails to prepare you for real life. Because real life is a little bit different than high school, okay? There is no study guide for life. There are no practice exams that you can take to prepare yourself for all the challenges that life throws at you. You gotta deal with them as they come, whether you're ready to or not. Mike Tyson has this quote that everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face, and just imagine you're this professional boxer and you get the call that you're going to be fighting Mike Tyson for the heavyweight title. So obviously, you're going to want to prepare for that, okay? You're going to spend months training, your coaches are going to come up with a really good game plan to beat him, but then you're going to walk into that arena, step into the ring, and across from you will be standing Mike fucking Tyson. You're going to be shook as fuck. Then, 5 seconds into the first round, he's gonna charge at you and clock you straight in the jaw. And when that happens, you're not even gonna remember where the fuck you are, let alone your game plan to beat him. I mean, you're gonna be lucky to even be alive after getting hit by that shit. So yeah, that quote, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face, it definitely applies if you're gonna be fighting Mike Tyson. But it also applies to a lot of other things in life. Because although, well, at least I hope that you all aren't literally getting punched in the face often, life figuratively punches you in the face all the time. Things just tend to go wrong, and if you don't believe me, just look at this past year so far, bro, 2020. Everything that possibly could have gone wrong has gone wrong. And you could spend all the time in the world coming up with the most amazing plan, just to have one thing go wrong that completely fucks up the rest of your plan. So it's important to know how to respond when that happens. So pretty much what I'm saying is that instead of math or English, schools should teach boxing. So that way these kids can really know what it's like to respond to adversity. But that'd be kinda lit though, just getting to beat the shit out of each other in gym class. Or even better, they could make an entire event out of it and have a fully legal, fully sanctioned boxing match where the kids who have beef with each other get to fight it out in front of the entire school. And if they did it right and had a full press tour and promotional videos that showed me how much those two kids really hated each other, that'd be really cool. Like, I'd pay for that. I'd pay like $20 to see that shit. And imagine they filled up the entire auditorium. Like, they could make mad money from that. Like, that could actually be a really good way to fundraise for the school. Like, if they did that, they might actually have enough money to buy tissues. Or maybe that was just my school that couldn't afford tissues. I don't know. Let me know if your guys' schools were like that as well, because I always found it really weird how I grew up in a pretty well-off area, you know, the schools were well-funded. But for some reason, they still couldn't afford goddamn tissues. Like, it was strange. Anyways though, getting back on track here, another problem with planning things out is that some people get so caught up on making the most perfect, most detailed plan that they never actually take the first steps to execute that plan. Like, I know kids my age who want to start up their own business and somehow they already have their entire roadmap to success planned out. They're like, bro, I got the coolest product, it's gonna be amazing, we're gonna start producing it out of this warehouse, then flooding the local markets with it, then I'm gonna expand into the national markets, into the international markets, then I'm gonna go on Shark Tank, and then like they tell me their entire Shark Tank pitch that they're gonna tell to fucking Mark Cuban and all of them, and I'm like, bro, wait a sec. Have you even sold a single product yet? Have you even made a single product yet? Oh, no, you haven't? Well, you should probably do that before you start thinking about what you're going to say on Shark Tank, because, I mean, it's good that you're planning so far ahead, but cross that bridge when you get there, man, because so many things can and will change before you even get to that point. And I'm not saying that it's bad to have a plan, because of course you should always be somewhat prepared and have some idea of what you're going to do. You don't want to be running around like a chicken with its head cut off. But don't put all of your faith into the plan because all plans are fragile and can get fucked up at any moment. For my fellow Red Dead fans, don't be like Dutch.
I had a goddamn...
Sometimes, your circumstances will change and you will be forced to change your plans. For example, imagine that aspiring businessman who I was talking about before is in his second year of owning his business and he's doing well for himself. He's at the point where he's about to start investing more money back into the business so that way he can start expanding into those national and international markets. Then one night he's getting it on with some girl and he thinks he's a savage so he's hitting it raw. But then all of a sudden he busts too soon all inside of this girl's pussy. And it just so happens that this girl is a devout Christian who absolutely under no circumstances will ever take a plan B or get an abortion. So this guy is fucked. I mean, he is fucked. And all of that money that he planned on investing back into his business isn't going to the business anymore. It's going to the kid. And kids are expensive as shit. That one mistake of not wearing a condom is going to completely fuck up this guy's business plan. So now if he still wants his business to be successful, he's going to have to adapt and find a new way to expand his business. So if you guys learned anything from this video, always remember to wear a condom, okay? I know I've been saying, ooh, being prepared isn't that important. You don't need to be prepared. But one thing you should always be prepared with is that condom. Not only because you don't want to have kids, but also because you don't know where these girls have been. And if there's any girls watching this, shout out the female viewers, you don't know where these guys have been. So always make sure that they're wrapped up, especially considering that there's a pandemic going on right now. Like, fuck just wearing a condom, I'm gonna put on a mask too. Fuck you mean we staying safe out here? You never know when life is gonna metaphorically punch you in the face. At any moment, you could have a kid or a close relative could die or the economy could crash. There could even be a worldwide pandemic. It's just a simple fact that in life, things go wrong. So instead of planning for life like it's going to be all sunshines and rainbows and everything's going to go perfectly, plan for the opposite. Plan that shit will go wrong. Terribly wrong. In ways that you can't even imagine. Then, when shit does inevitably go wrong, be ready to improvise and adapt, and don't be afraid to ditch your original plan if the new circumstances cause it to not work anymore. Anyways though, thank you all so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot, so I would greatly appreciate it. But I do hope that you all have a great day. Peace.